I'm going to give you 3 top reasons why remote reinforcement is important in your training program. Whether you're training for pet obedience, competition obedience, rally, agility, having remote reinforcement in your training program is going to build your dog's skills to another level. The number 1 top reason why remote reinforcement is important: it gets the treats off of your body, and you will not be rewarding your dog from going into your pocket. The number 2 important reason to teach remote reinforcement is that I'm going to show you how to do it in a game-like scenario. And when you're training your dogs in a game-like scenario, it provides relationship building, it keeps it fun for the dog, and when you keep it fun for the dog, he stays focused, engaged, and he wants to be a part of your team. The third important reason why remote reinforcement is important in your training, it is an impulse control exercise. And impulse control in your dog is going to be very important. If you teach it to your dogs, there is less chance that they are going to disengage from you in a training scenario, because they have learned impulse control and how to control their emotion. Remote reinforcement scenario, I am going to show you one way. There are many ways, but I'm going to show you this one way of how you can do remote reinforcement. And this is going to be with I call them a plate, and it's a lid off of a Becel margarine container. You can use smaller ones, but this is the idea. And what this is going to do is I am going to load my treat onto this plate, and through this process, what I will do is build up distance. At first, you're going to start closer so that you have more control of the situation and helping your dog. But eventually, you can do this and send your dog to the plate from 20 feet away. So what I'm going to do is, when I put the treat on the plate and lower it, I need to first teach my dog that you can't steal the treat off the plate. And I am going to provide a link on how you can teach this. In this link, you will see me teaching it for my dog's meal. And it's the very same thing, except for you're using 1 cookie and a plate. And if you want, practice it using it for your dog's meal, the way that it's shown in the video. And this will give you a nice little warm-up so that when you do go to the plate, it will be easier for you. So as I put the cookie on the plate and lower it to the ground, this in itself is a form of impulse control, because I don't want my dog to steal the treat. So unless I say get it, he is not to take the treat. So what I'm going to do is first achieve this and let him know when I say get it, then he can get that treat. So using the plate is making it game-like, because I can send my dog off to the plate, and this is a great way to start impulse control training. And it's a fun game because the dog gets to stay interactive and doesn't know when exactly you're going to send him off. So I'm going to bring my dog into the equation and show you how it's done. This is my young dog, Catch. And what I'm going to do is, he's gone into a sit, but I would probably have my dog sit, and I'm going to put a treat on the plate and lower it to the ground. Now, I haven't asked him to do anything other than sit. And I shouldn't have to say stay, because I gave him a cue to sit, and sit means sit until you're cued to do otherwise. get it. Okay, that was perfect. And what I'm looking for is, this is your a great warm-up exercise, is just to lower the plate. And once you lower it and raise your body up, I prefer that the dog give me eye contact so that they're a part of the team, and then I can tell them to get it, okay? If they're just staring at the plate, then you can reward them a couple of times from just looking at the plate, but then my next step would be give me eye contact before I release you to the plate. Okay, now what I'm going to do, again, is he just goes into an auto sit, and that's fine. And I'm going to place the treat here, and I'm going to ask for a behavior. Double. Double. Yes, get it. The first cue, he wasn't successful. He's a young dog. He's not quite sure, and his brain is split between thinking about the treat here and listening to the cue word. So not only is it great for remote reinforcement, but it is also really good for proofing and having the dog think about what it is your words are. So they're more apt to listen to you when you do this type of training. So I'll give you just another example of how I could use this remote reinforcement. Sit. Good. And what I'm going to do here is just place the treat back here. And I'm going to not have any treats coming from me to reinforce my dog. And I'm going to ask him to front. Front. Front, front, front. Good boy. Good front. Okay, get it. Good boy. So he is having to process this. And that's exactly what I'm looking for, is him needing to think about what it is I'm saying. And then it's really fun for him because he gets to race off and get the treat. So you can come up with a variety of different scenarios that you can use the plate in your training on fronts, on finishes, on heeling, on retrieves, on signals. You can place it behind the dog. You can also place it right in front of the dog, similar to what I did in my first demo. So have fun with teaching remote reinforcement.